Here on Bible Time, we talk about the fact that the Bible is the truth, theologically. But I also like to talk about the fact that scientifically, historically, and archaeologically, the Bible is true. And our scripture today is a perfect example of that. So let's get after it. Welcome to Bible Time. I'm Raj Nair, and you and I are here simply to renew our joy for Scripture. Our Scripture today is the first few lines of John 19, and it reads as follows. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged. The soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head. They clothed him in a purple robe and went up to him again and again, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they slapped him in the face. Okay, before we get to the archaeological side of this thing, Jesus, in this passage, is being tortured and humiliated, and he does nothing about it. Why? Because he loves you, and he loves me, and he paid for your salvation and my salvation. Just so good. Our Jesus, the gates of hell will not prevail. Okay, but on to the archaeology. If you would have talked to a Christian in, say, 1836 or 1949 and said, hey, prove to me archaeologically that this Pilate guy you're reading about, that he ever existed. Here's the thing, you couldn't. If there's not a Pontius Pilate, that is a big problemo for the Christian believer. This guy you're reading about in your gospel, Pontius Pilate, didn't exist. Prove it to me archaeologically. You and I would just sit there and go, well, darn. I really believe he existed, but to your point, random skeptic dude, I can't. That was until 1961 in a place called Caesarea, right on the coast of Israel. What do they find? They find a stone with whose name on it? Mr. Pontius Pilate himself. So in an instant, the guy who sentenced Jesus of Nazareth to death, this pivotal figure in world history, archaeologically existed. So two pieces of good news. One, there was a Pontius Pilate, and two, Jesus of Nazareth, as we've seen by this passage, fiercely loves you. All right, much love. God bless.